video is how to solve one-step equation using multiplication and division. This is part 2. So how do you know that negative 35 is equal to 7x if x equals negative 5? I could use the algebra tells. I really don't want to. That's a lot of extra to use. I'm going to do it mathematically. I want to isolate this x. So we know that this represents multiplication. What is the inverse? I need the inverse operation of multiply by 7. Divide by 7. So this cancels out. 35 negatives divided into 7 groups. That would be 5 negatives for each group. Negative 5. As a reminder, it is imperative, important, that you check your work. Please substitute the x with negative 5. What is 7 times negative 5? Or 7 times 5 is 35. Opposite, negative 35. They are equivalent. So in this one, this is a little more fun, interesting stuff. What would each bread equal to? So we have each bread, we have basket. How many breads go in each basket? This goes to this goes to here, this goes to here. So the solution is 1 bread basket equals 1 loaf of bread. Number 2, we have 4 presents with 8 teddy bears. How many teddy bears will go in each present? Well, we need to divide the 8 teddy bears into 4 groups. 1 group, 1 group, 1 group, 1 group. Pardon my drawing skills. A present is equal to 2 teddy bears. All right, next one. We have 3 bananas is equal to 6 sticks. So how many 1 balls goes to each banana? We have 6 of them. We need to divide it into 3 groups. This goes here, this goes here, this goes here. So a banana is equal to 2 1 balls. And last but not least, we have 2 x's. It is equal to 8. So how many 1s go to each x? Well, we can divide it into 2 groups. So x is equal to 4. Now, here's our last one. 1 smiley face weighs the same as, we need to solve it. So we have 2 smiley faces is equal to 2 lightning bolts. If we divide the lightning bolts into 2 groups, each smiley face is equal to 2 lightning bolts. So in today's lesson, it's more mixed equation. You're going to be thrown at addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Before you freak out, oh my God, there's too many. All you have to do is step 1, isolate the variable. Then do the inverse operation, solve it, and then check your work. So let's look at number 1. Number 1, 3y equals negative 21. I need to isolate the variable y. Do you need to? No, the is multiply. What is the inverse operation of multiply? 1 plus 21 negatives divided into 3 groups. So you put 21 negatives. And divide them into 3 groups. It'll be negative 7. Check your work, please. I substitute the y with negative 7. And 3 times negative 7, or 3 times 7 is 21, opposite. Check mark. Number 2, x plus 19 equals 6. I need to isolate the variable x. What is the inverse operation of plus 19? Minus 19. Minus 19. This cancels out. 6 minus 19. Again, how do you subtract? You do add opposite. 6 positives. Even 19 negatives. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19. All of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goodbye. 1, 0 pair out. So we're left with negative 13. Again, I need you to check your work. All right. So x plus 19 equals 6. So x equals negative 13. I substitute the x with negative 13. 13 negative with 19 positive. They're more positive by 6. Check mark. Next one, number 3. 72 is equal to 12 times r. We need to isolate the variable r. So what's the inverse operation of multiply 12? 12. 72 divided by 12 is 6 equals r. R equals 6. I need you to check your work. I replace r with 6. 12 times 6 is 22. Check mark. Number 4, x minus 4 equals 27. I need to isolate the variable x. What is the inverse operation of minus 4 plus 4 plus 4? So x equal, right here, 27 plus 4 is 31. Let's check our work. Substitute the x with 31. 31 minus 4 is 27. Check mark. Number 5, x plus negative 2 equals 6. I need to isolate the variable x. What is the inverse operation? Plus negative 2 minus negative 2 minus negative 2. Cancel out. Again, how do we subtract? We add the opposite. X plus 2 is 8. Let's check our work. X plus negative 2 equals 6. I substitute the x with 8. Again, 8 positives. I add 2 negatives to it, is 0 here, 6, check mark. Number 6, x divided by 2 equals 12. What is, I need to isolate the variable x. What is the inverse operation of divide 2? Times 2 times 2, cancel out. X equals 24. Again, let's check our work. Replace or substitute the x with 24. 24 divided 2 is 12. Check mark. Number 7, x minus 23 equals negative 50. I need to isolate the variable x. What is the inverse operation of minus 23 plus 23? Plus 23 cancels out. So we have 50 negatives and 23 positives. We have more negatives. By how many? 50 minus 3 by negative 7. So let's go back and check your work. I substituted this x with negative 27. Again, how do you subtract integers? You add the opposite. 27 negatives plus 23 negative is negative 50. Check mark. And number 8, x divided by 17 equals negative 2. So I need to isolate the variable x. I do the inverse operation of divide 17 is multiply 17. Multiply 17 cancels out. 2 times 17 is 34. We're going to do the opposite of. So x equals negative 34. Again, let's see if this is correct. I substitute the x with negative 34. Negative 34 divided into 7 groups will be negative 2. Check mark. And there's many examples. I think we get the point. I'm just going to quickly, I'm not going to solve them. I'm going to see if you can do it. So if I need to isolate operation, what is the inverse operation of this? Multiply 45 by 5. What is the inverse operation of divide 5? Times 5. And what is the inverse operation of minus 9 plus? So that means this one would be, if I had to say, I don't know, 115. Let's see, can 8 take away from 10? No, the root 8, the 82. This one would be 2, 5. This one would be 20. So the rest of the lesson is a couple more practice problems, and then then what we're going to be doing is going to be a speed dating. You will be receiving a card from your date, and you will solve it. You don't want to disappoint your date by getting the wrong answer, and then they'll turn the card over and they'll tell you if you got it correct or not, and if you are you a keeper or not. That's how to solve one-step equations, multiplying, dividing, adding, subtracting. You solve for the variable. You do the inverse operation, solve it, check your work.